Hello everyone, and welcome to this journey to discover one of the most powerful principles of Stoic philosophy, finding your purpose in life. If you are here, you are probably wondering why some people seem to move through life with absolute clarity, while others are lost in the chaos of daily choices and distractions. The truth is that ancient Stoic philosophy has a lot to offer us on this path of awareness and personal growth. Imagine waking up every day with a clear and powerful sense of your purpose, as if every action you take was connected to something greater. Imagine not being shaken by the difficulties of life, being able to remain calm even when everything seems to be going wrong. This is not an impossible dream. It is the reality that Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful emperors in history and a great Stoic philosopher, lived daily. In his writings, Marcus Aurelius leaves us a legacy of reflections that are not just thoughts of a man from another era, but practical indications that we can apply today. One of these indications is that our purpose in life, is the key to building a disciplined and meaningful life. Stoic philosophy teaches us that finding our purpose is the first step to overcoming daily difficulties and facing life's challenges with serenity. Today, in the modern world, we are bombarded by a myriad of stimuli and distractions that take us away from what really matters. However, Stoic philosophy provides us with the tools to stop for a moment, to reflect and to focus on what is truly essential. As Epictetus, one of the other great Stoics, teaches us, it is not events that disturb us, but the opinions we have about them. In this first chapter of our journey, I want to invite you to reflect on a fundamental question: what is your purpose? Not in terms of external successes or social recognition, but in terms of what really drives you, what makes you get up every morning with energy and determination. This is my challenge to you today. Let Stoic philosophy help you sort out the chaos in your mind and find the deeper meaning in every moment of your life. You will do this not only to achieve external results, but to build a life that has meaning, a life that is rooted in the awareness of your purpose. So, take a moment, reflect on this question and prepare to explore the Stoic principles that can guide you on this journey. It is not an easy path, but as Seneca teaches us, there is no favorable wind for those who do not know where to go. In the next chapter, we will explore more deeply what it means to find your purpose and how to start living it every day, with determination and clarity. We are only at the beginning of this extraordinary adventure. Are you ready to continue? If you enjoy this journey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next chapters. Write in the comments what you think your purpose in life is, share it with our Stoic community, and let's start reflecting together. Part 2: Understanding your purpose in life. In the journey we are on together, one of the most fundamental questions is, what does purpose really mean? In a world where we are constantly bombarded by social and personal expectations, it is easy to confuse purpose with external success, money, or public recognition. However, according to Stoic philosophy, our deepest purpose has nothing to do with these transitory factors. Purpose, according to the Stoics, is something intimate, tied to our nature and our internal well-being. When we talk about purpose, we are not referring to a concrete objective or a goal to be achieved. Purpose, in Stoic terms, is our natural duty, our calling that comes from our rationality and our alignment with the order of the universe. Epictetus reminds us that man is meant to live according to nature, and that means our purpose is rooted in who we truly are, rational beings capable of virtue, self-government, and living in harmony with the world around us. Our purpose, then, is not something we find as if it were hidden somewhere, but something we discover within ourselves, a process that takes time, reflection, and, above all, sincerity. As Seneca teaches us, life is long if you know how to use it. In other words, if we want to live a full and satisfying life, we need to stop wasting time and start focusing on what really matters, our nature and our commitment to virtue. A central idea in Stoic thought is that our purpose does not depend on external circumstances, but on our response to them. We cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can always choose how we respond. For the Stoics, our purpose is to live in accordance with nature, cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. In this way, we can find peace even in difficult times. Stoicism invites us to reflect on our lives honestly and directly. It asks us to look at our past, our actions, and our values, and ask ourselves, am I living according to what is truly important to me? The Stoic philosopher is not interested in what others think of him, but in what he himself knows is right and useful. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. The key to understanding our purpose is therefore to develop a clear conscience and a mind free from illusions. This reflection on our purpose is also linked to a deep understanding of who we really are. We are rational beings, and our reason is what distinguishes us from other living beings. Therefore, our purpose is to live according to reason, governing our passions and desires in such a way as to be in harmony with our true self and with the universe. Another important step in understanding our purpose in life is to accept our mortality. The Stoics teach us that death is an inevitable part of life, and that we must embrace it with serenity. The knowledge that time is limited pushes us to value what is truly important, to focus on what we can control, and to free ourselves from worries that do not serve us. As Seneca wrote, it is not that we have little time, but that we waste a lot of it. So, to discover our purpose, we must learn to look within ourselves, to reject distractions that distance us from our nature, and to live with intentionality. Our purpose is linked to an idea of virtue that guides us to make conscious choices, to be consistent with our principles, and to live each day with a peaceful heart and a clear mind. Final reflection: in this moment, stop for a moment and think, what is truly important to me? In what direction do I want my life to go? Stoic philosophy invites you to ask these questions, and to find the strength within yourself to answer them. Our purpose is not defined by the outside world, but by our response to it. In the next chapter, we will explore a crucial concept: how to live in harmony with nature and the universe, a fundamental step in finding our purpose and living a full and satisfying life. Get ready, because the journey has just begun. If these reflections are making you think about what is truly important in your life, leave a comment below. What are your core values? How do you think Stoic philosophy can help you clarify your purpose? Don't forget to subscribe to continue our journey together. Part 3: How to understand your true nature. To discover our purpose, it is essential to understand who we really are. This is one of the fundamental aspects of Stoic philosophy. Our purpose is not something that is given to us from the outside, but something that arises from our intrinsic nature, from our ability to think, reflect, and act according to reason. As Epictetus teaches us, it is not the things themselves that disturb you, but your opinions about them. The Stoics invite us to look within ourselves to understand our true nature, and this reflection is the key to discovering our purpose. But what does it really mean to know thyself? It is not just about understanding one's inclinations and desires, but also about recognizing the qualities that make us rational and morally responsible beings. In Stoic thought, human beings are defined by reason. Our ability to think, reflect, and decide rationally is what distinguishes us from all other creatures. According to Seneca, man is a rational animal who, by nature, is capable of living according to virtue. Virtue, for the Stoics, is the fundamental part of our nature and represents our true greatness. It is through virtue that we can achieve happiness, not through the possession of material goods or the achievement of power, but through the mastery of our emotions and living according to our deepest purpose. Knowing your rationality. Rationality is the key to understanding our true nature. When we speak of rationality in Stoic philosophy, we do not only mean intelligence in the intellectual sense, but also the ability to live in harmony with our deepest essence. Rationality allows us to distinguish between what we can control and what we cannot control, a distinction that is the basis of Stoic practice. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, writes, "Your mind is the garden in which you plant the seeds of your actions." Every action, thought, emotion that you allow into your life contributes to the formation of your character. Rationality, therefore, is what allows us to live according to a plan that leads us to the realization of our purpose. To truly understand our nature, we must learn to separate irrational desires from those that are in harmony with our rational nature. The Stoics argue that desires and passions that distance us from virtue, such as the desire for wealth or the desire for fame, are misguided and prevent us from living according to our true nature. Instead, we should seek to cultivate desires that reflect our commitment to virtue, such as the desire for wisdom, justice, and temperance. Resilience and the capacity to adapt. Another fundamental aspect to understanding our nature is our capacity for resilience and adaptation. Life, according to the Stoics, is full of difficulties, of events beyond our control. However, as Epictetus wrote, it is not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to what happens to you. This reaction, this ability to adapt to events without losing your cool, is one of the hallmarks of our rational nature. In other words, our true nature is not determined only by external circumstances, but by our internal response. If we align ourselves with our rationality, we can face difficulties with serenity, learn from every experience and, ultimately, grow in virtue. We must not fear suffering, because, according to the Stoics, suffering is never useless. It is an opportunity to practice resilience and to strengthen our character. Awareness of mortality. Another key to understanding our true nature is awareness of our mortality. Death is a recurring theme in Stoic philosophy, not because the Stoics were obsessed with the end of life, but because mortality helps us value the present and focus on what is truly important. As Seneca wrote, it is not that we have little time, but that we waste a lot of it. Awareness of our mortality encourages us not to waste our time on trivial worries or superficial desires, but to focus on what we can do to live a full and virtuous life. Death, then, is not something to be feared, but a guide that reminds us to live each moment intensely, never losing sight of what is essential. Seeing our nature as part of the universe. Furthermore, Stoic philosophy teaches us that our nature is not separate from the world around us. We are part of a universe that follows natural and rational laws, and living in harmony with these laws is an essential part of understanding our purpose. When we learn to live in harmony with nature, to recognize our role in the grand scheme of the universe, we can begin to live a life of balance and serenity. As Marcus Aurelius says, the nature of man is to be part of the universe. When you understand this, you understand that your purpose is in harmony with everything that happens around you. Conclusion. In this chapter, we have seen how understanding our true nature is essential to discovering our purpose in life. Rationality, resilience, awareness of our mortality, and recognition of our place in the universe all help us live a meaningful life. Living in harmony with our nature is the first step towards realizing our purpose. In the next chapter, we will explore how to live in harmony with universal nature and the order of the cosmos, to continue taking concrete steps towards discovering and realizing our purpose. Think about your life. How can you live more in harmony with your true nature? What aspects of Stoic philosophy resonate with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to continue our journey into the world of Stoic philosophy. Part 4: Living in Harmony with Universal Nature. To discover our purpose in life, it is essential to understand that we are part of a greater order, a universe that follows natural and rational laws. The Stoics believed that our happiness does not depend on individual desires, but on living in harmony with universal nature and the laws of the universe. Understanding this connection is the next step on our path to our true purpose. As Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic emperors, wrote, "Everything that happens is in harmony with nature, and what happens to the individual is part of a universal plan." The key to living a full and meaningful life, according to Stoic philosophy, is learning to live in accordance with the natural order of things, without trying to force our destiny or resist the events that happen to us. The Stoics' idea of nature. Nature, for the Stoics, is not only the external world, but also human nature, or our innate rationality. Our true nature is manifested in the fact that we are capable of understanding and reasoning, of acting according to virtue, and of recognizing our place in the universe. In this context, living according to nature means not only following the physical laws of the natural world, but also aligning our lives with the principles of virtue and rationality. The Stoics saw the universe as a great rational organism. Everything that happens, the challenges, the joys, the sufferings, the daily experiences, is part of a greater order that we can choose to accept, even when it seems difficult or unfair. The idea is that we cannot control external events, but we can control our attitude towards them. Living with cosmos awareness. Living in harmony with universal nature also means accepting what we cannot change. Seneca, in one of his letters, states, "We cannot choose the things that happen to us, but we can choose how we respond to them." Every difficulty or unexpected event we encounter is, ultimately, part of the larger plan of the universe. Resisting events is useless and prevents us from living in peace with ourselves. Instead, we must learn to observe life with detachment, understanding that everything happens for a reason, even if we do not immediately understand it. Living according to nature therefore implies a sense of acceptance and resilience. When we face difficulties with a calm heart and a clear mind, we get closer and closer to our true nature and our purpose. Serenity is not a condition of passivity, but of inner freedom, of those who are able to maintain their calm even in the face of storms. The concept of fatum, accepting destiny. Another central aspect of Stoic philosophy is the concept of fatum, or destiny. The Stoics believed that the universe was governed by a divine reason, a sort of logos, which directed every event towards a greater purpose. Therefore, our life is intertwined with destiny, but not in a passive way. Our purpose is not to suffer it, but to conform to it with serenity. According to Epictetus, it is not that life is short, but that we waste it. Living in harmony with destiny means recognizing that each passing day is an opportunity to live according to the principles of Stoic philosophy. Every action, every thought, every word must be aligned with virtue and the natural order. If we conform to these principles, we will not only find our purpose, but we will live a life of inner peace and serenity, regardless of external circumstances. Living in harmony with society. Another essential element of harmony with universal nature concerns our interaction with others. The Stoics believed that society was an integral part of the universe, and therefore that our actions should be in harmony with the common good. Being at peace with oneself and the universe does not mean living in isolation or detached from society, but rather contributing to the common good with justice and benevolence. According to Marcus Aurelius, the man who cares for his own soul must also care for the souls of others. Connection with others is essential to living in harmony with the universe. Each individual's uniqueness is part of a greater whole, and every altruistic action is a step toward fulfilling our purpose. For the Stoics, the good of the community is intrinsically linked to our inner well-being, and it is precisely through the common good that we can fulfill our purpose as human beings. The role of virtues in Stoic life. Virtues are the foundation of an existence that is in harmony with universal nature. The Stoics identified four cardinal virtues: wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. Living them every day means aligning yourself with the natural order, following rationality, and always acting in accordance with what is right. The idea is that when we practice these virtues, we become more capable of responding to life's challenges with balance, without being dominated by emotions or irrational desires. Every time we practice one of the Stoic virtues, we are living according to nature, helping to maintain harmony with the universe and, consequently, with ourselves. Connection with nature, practical exercises. Living in harmony with universal nature is not just an abstract concept, but a daily practice. A practical exercise that the Stoics suggested was to reflect every day on the nature of things and our role in the universe. Every morning, we could take a few minutes to think, how can I live in accordance with nature today? In this way, we prepare ourselves to face the day with a serene, open mind and ready to welcome what destiny has in store for us. Conclusion. Harmony with universal nature is one of the fundamental foundations of Stoic philosophy. Understanding our place in the universe, accepting our destiny with serenity, and living in alignment with natural laws allows us to find deeper meaning in life. We are not isolated, but part of a grand design, where every step we take, if done with virtue, brings us closer to our purpose. In the next chapter, we will explore the importance of discipline in Stoic philosophy and how it helps us live consciously and focused on our purpose. Let's reflect on this idea together. How can we live in harmony with universal nature in our daily lives? What actions can we take to align ourselves with the natural order? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to continue our journey into Stoic philosophy. Part 5. Applying discipline in everyday life. One of the most important characteristics of Stoic philosophy is self-discipline. The Stoics believe that true freedom does not come from doing what we want, but from controlling what we can, our thoughts, our emotions, and our actions. Discipline allows us to live consciously, to pursue our purpose with determination, and to respond to life's difficulties with balance and wisdom. According to Epictetus, one of the great Stoic teachers, freedom consists in not being a slave to one's desires. Discipline, then, is not just a matter of controlling actions, but is about the ability to tame our passions, to consciously choose how to react to situations, without being guided by the emotions of the moment. The concept of self-control. The Stoics were firmly convinced that our happiness depended on managing our emotions. Living with discipline means recognizing that we cannot control external events, but we can always control how we react to them. This concept is fundamental to understanding how to find our purpose in life. Only when we are able to manage our emotions and act rationally can we follow a path that brings us closer to virtue and our true purpose. For the Stoics, patience is one of the main virtues. In a frenetic and unpredictable world, it is easy to be overwhelmed by negative emotions such as anger, frustration, or sadness. However, patience allows us to stay centered, to make the right decisions even in difficult moments, without being dominated by what happens around us. Seneca teaches us that the man who is not master of himself cannot be truly free. Controlling our actions and reactions is essential to living a life aligned with Stoic principles, because it gives us the ability to act with intention and purpose, rather than being victims of circumstances. Discipline as a tool for growth. Discipline is not a burden, but a strength that allows us to grow every day. The Stoics did not see discipline as a limitation of freedom, but as a means of freeing us from the shackles of irrational passions and desires. When we are disciplined, we can focus on what is truly important, living according to virtue, pursuing our purpose, and contributing to the common good. Applying discipline in daily life can take many forms, from taking care of our body with a healthy diet and exercise, to managing our time productively, to controlling our thoughts and practicing meditation. Every small step toward greater discipline helps us build a life that is more mindful and aligned with our purpose. Discipline allows us to overcome difficulties, stay calm in stressful situations, and make wiser choices. Discipline in interpersonal relationships. Another key aspect of Stoic discipline concerns relationships with others. In a world where emotions can easily take over, being disciplined in our social interactions is essential to living according to nature. The Stoics suggested avoiding impulsive responses, such as anger or jealousy, and instead responding with reason and kindness. Self-discipline allows us to communicate clearly and constructively, without being overwhelmed by emotions or provocations. When we practice discipline in our relationships, we learn to be more understanding, more empathetic, and less reactive. In this way, we not only improve the quality of our relationships, but we also get closer to our purpose, which is to live in harmony with ourselves and others. How to cultivate discipline? Discipline, like any other virtue, is not something that is acquired overnight. It requires constant practice and self-awareness. One practical exercise that the Stoics suggested was to reflect on one's actions and behaviors every day. Every night, take a few minutes to ask yourself, did I act with discipline today? Did I make rational decisions, or was I influenced by emotions in the moment? This simple practice can help you continually improve your discipline, because awareness is the first step to change. Another useful tool for cultivating discipline is to set clear, measurable goals. For example, you can decide to spend 10 minutes a day meditating, or to take a walk every day to improve your physical health. When you have clear goals, it is easier to stay motivated and disciplined in pursuing them. Also, celebrate the small successes along the way, because every step toward greater discipline is a step toward achieving your purpose. Overcoming procrastination. One of the biggest obstacles to discipline is procrastination. It is easy to put off things that we do not like or that seem difficult, but this habit takes us away from our purpose. The Stoics teach us that immediate action is essential to living a meaningful life. We cannot wait for conditions to be perfect to act, we must act in the present. As Seneca said, don't wait for things to happen, make them happen. If you truly want to find your purpose, discipline will help you put aside procrastination and act decisively, with a clear purpose. Consistency in small daily actions brings you closer to achieving your purpose. Conclusion: discipline as the key to Stoic success. In summary, discipline is one of the most powerful tools we have to live according to Stoic principles. Without discipline, we cannot consistently pursue our purpose, nor can we react in a balanced way to life's events. Discipline allows us to be free from passions, to remain calm and to always act rationally, seeking virtue in every aspect of our lives. In the next chapter, we will see how to integrate all these principles to arrive at a conclusion that helps us put into practice everything we have learned and live a life that is full of purpose and meaning. Now it's your turn. What is one small action you can do every day to exercise discipline in your life? How do you think discipline can help you achieve your goal? Write in the comments and share your thoughts with the community. Part 6, Conclusion, a journey toward your purpose. We have come to the end of this journey through the Stoic principles of discovering and pursuing our purpose in life. We have explored the foundations of Stoic philosophy, such as the pursuit of virtue, self-awareness, and how these principles can guide us towards a meaningful and purposeful life. The path to self-realization is neither easy nor linear. Life will always present us with challenges, obstacles, and moments of doubt. However, the teachings of the Stoics remind us that we can choose how we respond, act wisely, and maintain control over our thoughts and actions. Our purpose is not something we will find on the outside, but something we will build within ourselves, day after day, through our conscious choices. We have seen how reflecting on our purpose and practicing virtue such as self-control, patience, and discipline helps us live a life that is in harmony with our true nature. The Stoics teach us that true happiness does not depend on external successes, but on living with integrity and consistency towards our principles. What can you do now? Now that you have the tools and knowledge you need, it's time to put what you've learned into practice. Stoic philosophy is not just theory, but a daily practice that will help you overcome difficulties and live a more meaningful life. Practice mindfulness every day, reflecting on how your actions and thoughts are aligned with your purpose. Be disciplined in pursuing your goals, without being distracted by temporary difficulties. Be patient with yourself and others, remembering that perfection is a journey, not a destination. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. If today is the beginning of a new chapter in your life, let it be guided by positive thinking and the desire to improve yourself every day. Join our community. If this video inspired you and made you reflect on your purpose and the life you want to build, subscribe to our channel and join our community. On the Stoic journey, we explore the principles of Stoicism and how to apply them in our daily lives to live in harmony with ourselves and the world around us. There is always room for another step towards growth, and we are here to accompany you every step of the way. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all the new content we publish. Comment below with your thoughts and share this video with those who might benefit from it. Remember, every little step counts. Wishing you a life of serenity, awareness, and purpose. Until next time.